Well, to everybody's surprise, Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign did not drop Vultures today. I know. I can't believe it either. Kanye is not one to say an album's going to come out on a certain day and then not drop it. He's never done this before. He's always stuck to release dates. He's always given the fans what they wanted. He's always delivered on his promises. But I think it's time to stop believing his lies. Kanye has not delivered on a project in a while now. I mean, I was even surprised we got Donda in the first place. But even before that, there's been so many times where he's just announced a project and nothing happened. Remember Yandhi? That's where New Body came from originally. And we still don't have New Body. But truthfully, I didn't think that this album was going to come out really. The first we really heard of it was back in October, where people were like, oh, it's going to come out when Drake drops For All the Dogs. But then it didn't. And then there was also rumors that they were going to do a show in Rome, and it was supposed to hold like 1,000 or 100,000 people. And then it didn't happen. And then it was kind of quiet up until November 21st, where we got the lead single / title track, Vultures. And in my mind, I didn't think that was an intended release. I think it was just something to hold people over, or in response to the leaks. Like, people were like, okay, well, here, just take this for now. We got something at least. And even then, the version that was on streaming didn't have Lil Durk on it. And then Lil Durk made some comments on IG. And then eventually the version with Lil Durk came on IG or Spotify and other streaming services. But now there's two different versions of Vultures, which, like, why? But then going forward, we didn't really hear a whole lot until this past week, where I believe it was December 8th. We got a screenshot of the track list for the project, 18 tracks, and including New Body, which, like I mentioned, we've been waiting for an official release since Yandhi was announced, which was like, 4 years ago now? Maybe longer. Regardless, we also, at that time, got a snippet of the intro track, Everybody, which basically just had Kanye walking out onto a balcony or deck of some sort with the song playing in the background. And, I mean, everyone knows the song now, but it samples the Backstreet Boys. And that might have been part of the reason why it took so long to get even to this point where he's announced a release date. Then that weekend was also Art Basel in Miami. And obviously, Ye and Ty Dolla $ign are going to be at Art Basel. Like, why wouldn't they? They are into art and fashion. So then they went to a random restaurant and previewed some songs from the project, which I thought was cool. Like, Ye looked super into it. He looked like he was having a great time. And then later on that night, they went to Live Miami, I believe. And then they were actually just performing. It was just a regular ass performance. And that was the point at which they announced, or Ye announced, that the project would be coming out on December 15th, this Friday. That very quickly fell apart. Shortly after that, they announced that there was going to be a rave that following day in Miami again. The original location got switched to a different location in Miami, which was kind of weird. It was also a last minute thing. They're like, oh shit, we got to go somewhere else. At that rave / listening session, we got a lot of the project, and a lot of the songs did sound pretty solid. Like, you can only judge so much based off of the stream because it was super choppy. So you can't really say how well it was mastered or anything like that. But for the most part, it sounded cool. There was that song with Freddie Gibbs, and I loved Freddie Gibbs' verse. But we definitely didn't need that second Kanye verse. That was a bit excessive. At that point, I was like, okay, maybe the project is going to come out. You know, you go through these stages of denial with Ye a lot. And then then yesterday came by, today came by. He was on pre-save, and then it wasn't on pre-save anymore. And then they had that rave in Vegas, and then apparently got shut down by the police and had to go somewhere else. And then Kanye had a whole 10-minute rant, including him saying that his trainer killed Aaron Carter and that they're not clearing the Backstreet Boys sample. And then he went after Jay-Z and Beyonce for some reason, and Adidas, which kind of made sense because, you know, the whole Yeezy thing. And yeah, now we don't have the album. It's not on pre-save anymore. We still have Vultures, the song. Um, he did also yesterday, like an hour before the album's supposed release time/date, post a screenshot of a conversation with him and Nicki Minaj, which was really just a text from Ye to Nicki saying, "Hey, can we talk on the phone about clearing the new body verse?" Um, so I guess that part that was also part of the reason why I didn't release. Yeah, Kanye just be doing shit sometimes. I don't know what to do with him anymore. We always go through the cycle where we just know that he's not going to release something, and then there's enough hints that you get excited about it, and then you're like, oh wait, no, he's not actually going to release it. But then part of you is like, oh wait, maybe he will, but then he doesn't, and just disappoints you again and again, and then you just kind of move on with your life. It's also really interesting to see Kanye's overall like normal arc for albums, where he won't say anything for a while, and then all of a sudden just be in the public eye, and then you start hearing rumors about music coming, and then he goes and announces music or performs music somewhere or plays snippets somewhere, and then you see him really excited about it, and then he announces a release date, and then the release date comes and goes, and then he goes on a rant and just talks mad shit about everybody. Like it's getting pretty predictable now, I feel. But in any case, this album's not out, and I don't think we're gonna be getting it anytime soon. I mean, if we get it before the end of the year, it'll be a Christmas miracle, and I'm sure that's what Kanye would love. But I don't think we're getting the album that he has put together, or at least with the track list that he has given out to the public. I don't know what we're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get anything. But whatever. It's Kanye. It is what it is at this point. But let me know in the comments below. What were your expectations? Did you actually think this album was going to come out? Did you really believe that Kanye wouldn't lie to you again? Like, have you not been hurt by him enough? Or did you just not care? Because I think that's what a lot of people are at now. Like, people just don't care anymore. Anyways, while you're down there, like and subscribe to see more rambling and content like this. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe out there.